Hi everyone, my name is Parmis, and today I'll be walking you through the COE College of Education at Grand Canyon University lesson plan template. I have to say, like most of you, I'm early childhood educator and I'm teacher assistant at school board setting, and also I'm teaching these courses early childhood education and special working with the special needs children with adults at a college setting. And also I'm pursuing exactly these courses on master program at Grand Canyon University, which is my honor. So the COE lesson plan template is designed to help me and you as teachers to understand how each part of the template supports strong, organized, and developmentally appropriate instruction. How? By a scaffolding instruction and cycles. Let's start with a big picture, a scaffold instruction. This means we are gradually shifting responsibility from the teacher to the student. In early childhood and special education, this is especially important. We start with lots of support and gradually remove it as students gain skills and confidence. Scaffolded instruction is a teaching method where the teacher starts by giving lots of support and guidance to the student. As the student learns and becomes more confident, as I said, the teacher slowly removes the support, and the goal is for the student to be able to do the task independently. And why it's important? Because it's important, yeah. Why this is important in early childhood and special education. Young children or students with special needs often can't do tasks on their own alone at first, but with step-by-step help, like showing them how practicing together and giving reminders to them, and I have to say they can learn and succeed. As they improve, the teacher gives them more independency. And why it is called scaffolding, which is obvious, it's like how builders use scaffolding, temporary support structure, when constructing a building. And once the building is strong enough to stand on its own, the scaffolding is taken away. In the same way, teachers use instructional scaffolding to help students until they can stand on their own academically, physically, emotionally, in all different developmental areas. For instance, if a child has difficulty staying focused during circle time, the teacher might first use visual cards, cues, signs, and timers actually, and by may also offer a short preferred activity as positive reinforcement, like 3 minutes iPad time or 10 minutes outdoor play time. And over the time, the teacher gradually reduces the prompts and rewards and helping the child build the attention skill needed to stay engaged independently. And now let's talk about the learning cycle. It has 6 parts. The first one is pre-assessment, where we check what the students already know and before teaching a lesson. For example, before a lesson on letter sounds, you show flashcards with letters A, B, and C and ask, who knows what sounds this letter makes? You observe responses to see who needs support and who already knows the sounds. The second one, instruction. when we teach new content, teaching new content using engaging methods. For example, during a story time about animals, you stop to emphasize beginning the sounds and you will say, this is a cat. Cat starts with letter C or the sounds K. Everyone say K with me. You also sing a song about animal sounds and their starting letters. And the other one is assessment. We check for understanding using tools like observation or exit tickets, checking a student's understanding after instruction, how after the lesson you give each child a picture card like dog, apple, sun, and ask them, what letter does your picture start with? You note whether they can say the correct letters, letter sound, informal formative assessment. And the next step is reviewing data. We'll look at results to guide our next steps, looking at what the students did in the assessment to guide your next step. For example, you notice the most students knew letter A and S but struggle with letter D. You decide to spend more time reviewing the sound the next day. Reteaching is the next step. If needed, as a teacher, we revisit concepts, reteaching parts of the lesson for students who struggle and who didn't understand. For example, you gathered a small group that missed the, for example, understanding of sound D and play a sorting game. And you will ask them, let's find pictures that start with the sound and place them in our basket. This provides additional practice in a fun, hands-on manner. And the other step is reflection, where we ask ourselves what worked and what to improve, thinking about how the lesson went well and how to improve it. For example, you reflect, the kids loved the song and it helped with letter sounds, but the worksheet was too hard. The next time I will use a matching game instead, for example. So this cycle helps us build lessons that are intentional, flexible, and aligned with student needs. Now, review the section in the COE lesson plan template. Classroom and students factors grouping. This helps us understand our students, their strengths, needs, cultural background, and how they learn best. It also allows us to plan small groups, provide support, and arrange the classroom. And standards. These are your academic target. You will choose state or national learning standards to guide the focus of your lesson. And objectives. These are your lesson goals. They should be clear and measurable. Like students will identify the beginning sounds of a word and anticipatory set. This is your hook. It might be a question, a story, a picture, or a hands-on item to spark curiosity and introduce the topic. And next we look at 3 critical pieces from Universal Design for Learning, or UDL. Means of representation, how you present information. Are you using visual sign, audio, real life objects, or demonstrations? Means of engagement, how you motivate students, group work, songs, movements, or games. Means of expression, how students show what they know, drawing, speaking, role-playing, or building something. And differentiation is also a key. This is where you plan specific supports for students with IEPs, English learners, or even gifted learners and more. And the extension activity or homework allows students to revisit or apply what they have learned beyond the classroom. And importance of alignment. Let's talk about alignment. This means that your objectives, activities, and assessments all align with your standard. If your standard is about sequencing a story, but your activity is just identifying letters, then I have to say they're not aligned. When your lesson is aligned, every part of the plan works together to support learning goals. And now I want to talk about role of assessment data. Assessment data is powerful. It tells us what the students understand and what they still need support and help with. This could be a quiz, a student drawing, a conversation event, or a checklist. For example, if most students can retell a story but struggle with identifying the setting, I know I need to reteach that concept. Good data leads to better teaching. And I have to say, I use 3 references for this video recording. The CEO lesson plan template from Grand Canyon University, NAEYCS Professional Standards for Early Childhood Educators, and CES Practice-Based Standards for Early Intervention and Special ED. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps you feel more confident using the CEO lesson plan template, which now is really helpful to me. Happy teaching!